know where the Hippie Joe are, right? Why the hell are we not already there getting back the Super Secret things out? We can't just leave it there with them. So recover the supers and recover the scroll. In one situation I'm at a loss to give or advice to give. I say to Hippie Joe, would I become friends with Park on the others? I have friends here at Hanzo. Alright, back ahead of this guy to see if the scroll. Get it back. Hibari's returned. When she was gone, something fell off. She has become important to me. Hibari's back home safely. She's been out of sorts since she returned. Hopefully she will be back normal soon. Chapter 4 now. I think the game's 5 chapters long. I try to sound as cheerful as possible, but Hibari's still down in the dumps. She's been acting funny ever since we got back from Hippie Joe. We made it back in one piece, that's something to be happy about. Even Ikaruga's attempts to cheer her up is a flop. I wonder why there was no voice right there. She's not like her old self at all. Everyone can sense that it's really done a number on the mood. Mr. Kiria walks in. He looks exhausted and sighs at us. He acts like he didn't hear me ask. I really want an answer, but no better than to push my luck. We all walk out of the ninja room. Once we're outside, Asuka, Ikaruga, and Yagi all walk off in separate directions. I get how they feel. I'd rather be alone right now, too. I walk off campus and wander around. It's not long before I lose track of time. Then before I know it, the sun's starting to set. I mutter to myself, then when something suddenly comes flying at me. Damn it. I was daydreaming and someone got the drop on me. I'm a goner. Or so I thought. It's not a weapon, but a mass of fluffy hair. Perfectly round body, cute little brown eyes. Any way you look at it, this is Choco. Choco! I hug him with all my might, and he wags his tail like there's no tomorrow. Choco! Choco! Tears gush from my eyes, and he laps them all up. I hug him, and time seems to freeze for a moment. As soon as I let him go, however, he starts to run. I immediately hurry after him. He looks back, his tail fluttering at 90 miles an hour. He's trying to get me to follow him. No way. Couldn't be. No chance. I get it. I know where he's trying to take me. Only one place it could be. He's taking me to Mom and Dad. I chase after him as fast as I can. Over mountains, through valleys, across rivers. Running, running, running. Finally, he stops in a mountain forest. What I see is a small village, almost like an island. I follow Choco's line of sight. It's a field of eggplants, tomatoes, and cucumbers. And past that field, I can make out the forms of my parents. They seem to have been out weeding all day. I feel a sense of emotions taking over. Tracks begin to form down my cheeks. I don't even bother wiping my eyes. Choco runs around my feet like he's yelling at me to hurry up and go to my parents. But I can't make myself do it. Choco, ダメだよ。あたいは会えないよ。I understand. I know why my parents left me. It's because they failed a mission as a shinobi. If you fail a shinobi mission, you're supposed to pay with your life. But my parents didn't choose to kill themselves. After they failed their mission, they abandoned their house and ran. Since then, they've been so-called renegade shinobi, secretly living here in this humble village. I must have been left behind because they didn't want me to get wrapped up in whatever punishment might come their way. And if I leave here now, their sacrifice won't be for nothing.
Choco, ありがとう。ここまで連れてきてくれて。
I give him a big hug. It's enough for me to know where my parents are, to know they're safe. I wonder if I'll ever be able to live with them again. I'll just have to be one damn good shinobi. I can get some influence. I'll probably be able to have the failures and their desertion forgiven. That's why I have to become stronger. So strong that there's no one who can stop me from seeing them whenever I want. I pull away from Choco. He gives me a puzzled look, then turns and runs back to the field. I have to get out of here, and fast, before my parents notice me. I quickly wipe the tears from my eyes. When I go back to the ninja room, everyone's standing at the door looking confused. I strain to hear them, and I can't make out Master Kiria talking to Hibari. Hibari doesn't have anything to say. I get the impression the whole conversation's gone like this. I open the door to the ninja room and walk in. Yagi walks into the ninja room behind me.
Kiria-sensei, 俺たちにも話し合いに参加させてください。
Hikaruga and Asuka walk in after her.
超秘伝忍法書のことなら私たちの問題でもあります。そうです。
Master Kiria is finally beaten down by the opposition.
わかった。全員席につけ。
Master Kiria stands at the podium and looks out at us.
超秘伝忍法書を奪われた以上、半蔵学院忍者学科は廃止となる。
As if on cue, we all suddenly went pale.
今後、お前たちを受け入れてくれる忍び学校もないだろう。
それじゃあ、私たち忍びになれないんですか？
Master Kiria nods. Asuka slumps, and I give her a big slap on the back.
何を落ち込んでんだよ。要は超秘伝忍法書を取り返せばいいってことだろ。
I say as firmly as I can. I can't afford to give up on being a shinobi. It's the only chance I have of ever being with my parents again.
そうですよね。
Says Asuka enthusiastically.
取り返しましょう。超秘伝忍法書。
Everyone's motivated now. Except for Hibari, she still looks gloomy as hell.
どうしたヒバリ？ここで頑張って失敗を取り返そうぜ。
そうだよ、そうだよ。ひばりちゃん、頑張ろう。
Despite her encouragement, she doesn't react at all.
カツネ、超秘伝忍法書を取り返すってどうやって？
She blurts out.
そりゃもちろん、ヘビ女の連中をやっつけて。
ひばり、見たんだよ。
Begins Hibari with a twinge of sadness.
何をだ？
Yagyu asks quietly.
ヘビ女の人たちだって根っからの悪い人じゃないよ。みんな一生懸命勉強してたし、仲間のことを大切にしてた。ひばりたちと一緒なんだよ。
It's like she just threw up something that she's been holding back for a while. She looks like she's about to cry.
善人とか悪人とか何なの？なんでそんなことで戦わなきゃいけないの？
The ninja room goes quiet. I have nothing to say. I've never thought of the Heavy Joe as anything other than opponents before. But now that she mentions it, it makes sense. Good and evil are just a matter of perspective. Even my parents are no different. Renegade Shinobi are evil, but I don't think of my parents that way. They did what they felt was right to protect me. The Heavy Joe are the same way. Of course you think what you're doing is right, or else you wouldn't be doing it.
ひばり、わからない。どうしたらいいのかわからないよ。キリヤ先生、お願いがあります。
It wasn't Ikaruga or Yagyu who broke the silence, but Asuka.
私に修行させてください。
修行？
Asuka didn't answer, she just stared at Hibari. I get it. Asuka must have an idea. He must want to tell Hibari something through training. At some point, Asuka turned into a real leader type. I decided to leave things in her hands.
アスカちゃん、なんで今修行なんてするの？私もホムラちゃんと戦うのが嫌だった。だからひばりちゃんの気持ちは少しわかるよ。だったらでもね、今は違うの。どうして？それは私の修行を見てたらわかるよ。キリア先生、お願いします。
分かった。この先でお前のライバルに化けて待つことにしよう。早く来い。
私のライバル？それって。よーし、アスカ、前忍びます。前忍びます。
邪魔するやつ潰せ。いざ尋常に舞い散る。
いきますよ。
思った以上にやるじゃねえか。技修行の成果ですね。キリア先生、もう一度。何度でも私が立てたくなるまでお願いします。もういい、アスカちゃん、もういいよ。ひばりちゃん、分かったよ。アスカちゃん、ひばりたちにできるのは忍びになることだけなんだね。頑張る気持ちに善人も悪人もない。ひばりちゃんの言う通り、みんな立派な忍びになりたいんだよ。どっちが正しいとか、どっちが間違っているとか、そんな問題じゃなくって、私たちは忍びを目指しているから戦うんだよ。もし私たちがヘビ女の人たちと通じ合うことがあるとするなら、それは戦いの中にしかないと思う。そうだね。ひばりも超秘伝忍法書を取り返しに行く。たとえどんな結果になったとしてもヘビ女の人たちと戦うよ。そうすればひばりのことヘビ女の人たちに分かってもらえるかな。きっとできるよ。だって同じ忍びを目指す者たちなんだもん。アスカちゃん、ひばりちゃん、一緒に頑張ろう。決めちゃいました。おかえり。おかえり。
they're just trying to be shinobi like I am. So if we talk things over, you come to an understanding. Goto-sama is prepared to undertake for the training in secret ninja arts. Noticing that everyone's ready and packed. Yeah, I believe this is the training part. It's good to have another opportunity and consider the path of shinobi. Whoever our employers might be, the true crux of the matter is figuring out what kind of shinobi we want to become. Gotta get stronger. How's I gonna manage to help get back what we lost? We can protect ourselves and what is justice really? For that matter, what is evil exactly? Maybe if I found the answer to that, I'd be able to answer my first question soon. You know, but mull these sorts of thoughts over from time to time. It's important to understand the implications of your actions. Train for the Yen scroll. So it's finally almost time for the fight against the Hebijo. I walk around the Shocks district, bathed in the light of the setting sun, staring indifferently at my lengthening shadow. I hang my head and sigh. I may have said some pretty self-important stuff to Hibari, but I'm still a novice shinobi myself. Power must be a pairing of sword and shield. I still don't know what Grandpa meant by that. I'm still trying to follow the path of the shinobi, yet I have absolutely no response for him. In my fight so far, I learned that combat is just more than just swordplay and ninja arts. Sometimes my enthusiasm for battle can make up for my failing to the shinobi. If not for that, there's no way a novice like me would be able to survive. But this time I'll be fighting Homura, who has a super secret ninja art scroll. I feel like, unless I figure out what Grandpa meant, I won't be able to lay a hand on her. Someone's not paying attention and bumps me from behind. It's a girl with red hair and a bandana concealing her mouth. And with that, the girl takes off almost running. Haven't I seen her somewhere before? It didn't seem like an accident either. I hurriedly searched my cleavage. Yep, it's gone. That girl took it. She's one of the mountain thieves. I remember seeing her eyes before. I start chasing after her. Since I noticed quickly, it doesn't take me long to catch up with her. The redhead looks back at me in surprise. That's when it happens. I suddenly start thinking about the kind of shadows that just appeared, and the redhead drops like a sack of potatoes. The shadow picks up my purse, and I see that it's Homura. She walks over to me, purse in hand. She sighs, holding out my purse as if in offering. I take it back and scratch my head. Homura stares directly into my eyes. I involuntarily gasp. She gives me a thin smile. I say as firmly as I can manage. I retort immediately and Homura smiles again. She turns her back to me and starts walking. I call out to her. I start to smile and she clicks her tongue at me. I put on my most cheerful voice. Homer looks genuinely confused. But I keep talking anyway, feeling invigorated.
だって2回も財布を取り返してもらったんだもん。お礼させてよ。
お前、自分の言っていることが分かってるのか？
うん。
I look her dead in the eye. She thinks about it for a second, then the corners of her mouth turn up in a little smile.
いいだろう。ただし、うまいものをおごれ。
オッケー。任せて。
I reply, making a thumbs up gesture. I take her to Grandpa's sushi restaurant. Perfect timing too, no customers at the moment. As I expected, Grandpa's eyes go big and round when he sees us walking in.
その服のマークは
まあまあ、いいじゃないいいじゃない。
Homer suddenly looks ready to kill.
どういうことだ？なぜ伝説の忍びが寿司屋にいる？
え？ホムラちゃん、じっちゃんを知ってるの？
忍びの歴史の授業を受けていれば当然のことだ。
Guess Grandpa's well known even within the heavy Joe. Well, no introduction is necessary then.
じっちゃん、戦いはなしでご飯を食べるだけ。いいでしょ？
I put my hands together to plead my case.
いつまでも立ってないで座れ。寿司屋で飯を食うのは当たり前だ。
I push on Homer's bag, guiding her to sit at the counter.
私は太巻き500円分。ホムラちゃんは？
私はお任せで。
Says Homer, watching Grandpa's face. Suddenly, Grandpa breaks into a big smile.
はいよ、お待ち。
Grandpa lays out a funomaki roll for me and a line of seasonal fish for Homura. Skipjack tuna, striped jack, sea bass. My funomaki roll is good, but seeing her meal makes my mouth water.
いただきます。
I bite into the thick funomaki roll. Homura eats her sushi delicately, paying attention to her table manners. She reminds me a lot of Ikaruga in that regard. We both said about eating with gusto. Grandpa doesn't say a word to me, and Homura and I don't say nothing to each other. Well, save for the stray comment or two about how good the food is. Grandpa proclaims the meal is on the house.
また来いよ。
He exclaims. Homer says nothing, merely bowing politely. It's getting pretty dark outside the restaurant. We walk through the shops district in silence. It's not even that we feel awkward around each other. It's more like that comfortable silence shared by old friends. What an odd feeling. I only just recently met Homura, and our first meeting had us fighting for our lives. Yet, she still feels like an old friend to me.
お前、忍びになって何がしたい？
Asked Homura suddenly.
いいから答えろ。
それはじっちゃんの後を継いで忍びの道が力とは刀と盾の継いでなきゃならなくて。
I'm not putting it very well, and Homura lets out a big sigh.
何を言っているのかわからん。
Honestly, I don't have a clue either. I can sound tough all I want in front of Hibari, but when you get right down to it, I have no idea what the path of shinobi is all about. For starters, I still don't get what Grandpa's whole sword and shield thing, no matter how many times I repeat it to myself. But there's one fact that's never changed.
忍びになってしたいこと。私はみんなの幸せを守りたい。表に出ることなく影から守りたい。
Homer's showing an obvious interest in what I'm saying.
どうして影でなくてはならない？
だって本当の正義って見返りを求めないと思うから。
I try to imagine how it must sound to Homura, probably naive as all hell. But this is the way I've always felt.
なるほど。お前にもさっきの寿司屋の血が流れているんだな。
Said Homura with a sigh.
え？どういう意味？
お前のじいさんは現役時代、危険とか安全とか関係なく仲間のためとあらば先陣を切って突撃したらしい。おかしな話だろ。
Now that she mentions it, she's right. Can't help but think about it in chess terms. Using your rooks and knights as front line instead of pawns would be pretty illogical.
圧倒的な強さを持ちながらいつも彼は傷だらけだった。何の見返りも求めず、ただ仲間を守るためだけに戦ったから。
それって刀と盾だ。
I reply reflexively, and Homer smiles a little. I notice we're near the edge of the shops district.
小村ちゃんは忍びになって何がしたいの？
I don't expect her to answer, but I ask anyway. Immediately, she suddenly turns to face me. I stop and look back into her eyes. Her pupils are stunningly clear.
私は生きている証が欲しい。生きていてもいいと実感できる瞬間が欲しい。生と死は表裏一体だから、私は生きるか死ぬかの戦いを求める。それには忍びがうってつけだ。
She watches my eyes, and I feel like she's laughing at me.
アスカ、お前は私に生の喜びを味わわせてくれるか？
I don't say anything. She turns around and starts walking away.
ここまででいい。
Says Homura decisively as we reach the end of the shops district. I'm still fumbling for a response when she vanishes like a shadow. I almost feel like I've been hallucinating. I just stand there staring at where she was. When my cell goes off, I snap back to reality. I look at the screen and see Kat's name.
アスカ、忍び部屋に早く来い。キリア先生からビッグニュースなんだよ。
ビッグニュース？
半蔵学院にはもう一つ超秘伝忍法書があるって言うんだ。
Oops, didn't mean to shout.
善を貫き通すためには時に清濁合わせ飲むことも必要となる。それがゆえに半蔵学院には陰と陽2つの超秘伝忍法書があるのだ。お前たちにはもっと早く教えてやりたかった。しかし学校長から使用の許可が下りるまでは完全に極秘にしなければならなかったんだ。
そうだったんですか。
小村が奪っていったのはいわば陽の超秘伝忍法書、そしてここにあるのがもう一つの陰の超秘伝忍法書だ。ラスカ、俺はお前に陰の超秘伝忍法書を授けたいと思う。
どうして私に？私より強いカツネやイカルガさんがいるじゃないですか。
確かに実力ならカツラギやイカルガの方がお前より上だ。しかし陰の超秘伝忍法書の習得に必要なのは力や技ではない。陰の超秘伝忍法書を習得するための修行は過酷だ。並大抵の覚悟で挑めば体よりも先に心が折れてしまうだろう。つまり何よりも心の強さが求められるのだ。
心の強さ？
だからこそ俺はお前に決めた。お前の忍びの道を極めるという強い気持ちに俺はかけてみたい。イカルガたちには別の修行が用意してやる。あいつらもそこでレベルアップするはずだ。
わかりました。私やります。陰の超秘伝忍法書を絶対に習得してみせます。
よし、ならばまず俺の出す試練を乗り切ってみろ。
任務開始。
Hey, please. I want to push that button to dash or something. Some P's playing the controller buttons for that. Yang's almost maxed out.
本番はこれからだ。陰の超秘伝忍法書の習得の修行はこんなものではないぞ。
はい、望むところだ。